Hello, my name is Laura. I am the Creative Traveler FM, and many of you may know that I have returned to college this year after being out of school for almost 30 years. I decided it was time to pursue what I finally realized I loved. So I am majoring in sociology and minoring in art therapy. One of the classes that I was required to take is Communications 101, or 100, I guess. And so, speech class. Exciting! Anyways, recently, last week, I had to do a speech, instructional speech, informative speech, something like that, either showing someone how to do something or explaining more about my major and why it's important to me. So I chose to demonstrate something. So I've decided, because it's on theme, that I'm going to share my speech with you. So here we go. The topic of my speech is doodling to de-stress. So have you ever gotten home after a particularly stressful day and found yourself at a loss of what to do to unwind and slow your mind? In the past couple of years, I found myself returning to the workforce after being a stay-at-home mom for almost 19 years, and was looking for non-addictive, non-toxic ways to calm down after a stressful day at working at the middle school down the street. If you have not already this year, you may soon find yourself trying to figure out how to recover from a tough day, and may even find yourself turning to some less than healthy methods. I'm right there with you, both as a student and as someone trying to find my way in this world. So today, I will share with you what I found helped me most through some challenging times doodling to de-stress. I'm going to briefly share some science behind the benefits of doodling, some examples of assorted styles of doodling, and then demonstrate my favorite method of doodling. So first, let's learn about some of the science. There have been several fascinating studies about doodling and its health benefits for the past 100 years, but I'll only share 3 at this time. In 1938, Macleay and his colleagues recorded a study in Proceedings of the Royal Society of Medicine, a study of 9,000 spontaneous doodles that had been sent to the evening paper as part of a contest. Now, this study is important because it was done thousands of men and women from various economic classes. They sent their doodles in, and they determined that spontaneous drawing helped calm the left side of the brain so that the right side of the brain could become more creative. A study submitted in 2016 by Camille and his colleagues to the Journal of American Art Therapy Association tested the level of cortisol, a stress hormone found in saliva, before and after creating any kind of art. The participants ranged from artists to people who didn't make art, and the results showed that their cortisol levels decreased about the same whether they were artists or not. Overall, the cortisol levels were lowered after making art in 75% of the people. In 2017, Camille and his colleagues submitted another study to the Arts in Psychology, where participants were given a brain scan during coloring, doodling, or free drawing to see what parts of the brain were most active. The doodling resulted in the most amount of activity in the prefrontal cortex, which is the part that oversees our thoughts, actions, and emotions. They recognize that art making creates reward pathways and could be a way to regulate mood, addictive behaviors, and create a sense of pleasure. So now that we know that science has proven doodling is good for our brain and our emotions, what kind of doodling should you do? I am going to pause this for a moment so that I can show you some images of different kinds of doodles. Be right back. So the first kind of doodling I'm going to show you is the Zentangle. This is a type of doodling that uses simple dots, lines, curves, and circles to create unique patterns, and it can be very meditative. Pre-COVID, I found myself doing a lot of Zen doodles, as it's a very fun way to slow down my busy life with the young teens. Another style is the simple scribble doodle. You may have done this back in grade school, just drawing a basic scribble and filling in each of the spaces with different colors. And if you want to add a layer on top of that, you can doodle within those spaces with different designs. Jackie Andrade submitted a study titled "What Does Doodling Do?" to Applied Cognitive Psychology in 2009. In this study, she found that simply shading in a variety of small shapes helped participants focus during an important but boring phone call. I like to color in the circles of letters on handouts at meetings and lectures. It helps me focus, and I'm less likely to daydream or become drowsy. So I've shared with you the science behind a few things, a few doodles, a few types of doodles, excuse me. And now I'm going to share with you my favorite. My favorite is mandalas. Mandalas are found everywhere. You can find it in nature, in the way the flowers are, and succulent plants. It's simple and organic and repetitive and can be very mesmerizing. You can find elements of mandalas in almost every religion in the world. Most of these start with a circle in the center, and in Sanskrit, mandala means circle. It all has to do with focusing. Everything is connected to the center, and in various religions, the center is their primary god. It just is a way to help you focus your mind and spirit by creating those mandalas. So in March of 2019, my dad went to the hospital for double bypass and valve replacement surgery. I had lots of family at the hospital with me, but I still had a hard time keeping my brain in a positive space since I had a lot of fear and anxiety after having unexpectedly losing my mom just a few years prior. But I thought ahead, and I brought lots of paper and my favorite metallic markers, and drew mandalas. After a while, my brain calmed and I was able to just be in the moment. Later, I was happy to see that my little niece, who was also there, had taken some markers and drawn a couple mandalas herself. Now, I'm going to pause again while I set up for drawing, and I'm going to show you how to make a simple mandala. So I think I have things set up pretty good here. I'm going to show you just a basic mandala. Guess my lighting could be a little different, but anyways. So we start by making just a basic circle. And then there's different kinds of shapes you can make. So one of the easiest ways is to start by making some footballs. And they don't have to be perfect, but we're going to kind of get them basically the same. And they're going to be basically symmetrical. So the next thing I like to make is what I call kind of a lotus petal. Oops, that one got a little crazy. And then from there you can do half circles. You can make lines. You can make whatever you want. The key is repetitive, simple, symmetrical. And you can add dots. And there you have it, a basic mandala. In closing, there are many ways to de-stress after a hard day. Some are better for your health than others. Today we've learned some of the science behind doodling, how it can help relieve a person's stress and their anxiety. We've seen assorted styles of doodling, sorry. And I shared with you my favorite style of doodling is drawing mandalas. As I have dealt with various stresses in my life, I've kept coming back to doodling as my favorite way to de-stress my mind and soothe my soul. When I'm trying to unwind after a stressful day, I found more relief grabbing a pen and paper than anything else I have tried. What will you try next time you need to de-stress? Well, there you have it, my folks. That's my little speech. This is much longer than the speech I had given at class, because for class we were supposed to give 4 to 6 minutes. And so I had to cut some things out, but since I have this opportunity, I could make it as long as I wanted. So I hope you enjoyed, and let me know if you want to learn something else about what I'm doing or instructions on creating some sort of art, and we'll see if I can make another video soon. Thanks for watching.